Hey guys, what's going on? This your boy C-Hov with another video. Guys, I came across this video by Ivan on Tech YouTube channel where he was debating Peter Schiff. I think that's his name. I have been keeping up with Peter in the news, and he seemed to be against Bitcoin because he is a gold investor. But they had an interesting debate about Bitcoin and his view on Bitcoin and why Bitcoin wasn't really a great use case as gold. But I have my own theory about Bitcoin, but I want you to listen to a quick clip of why Peter Schiff doesn't really like Bitcoin.
See Bitcoin as a digital gold and instead call it full gold. Yeah, and the arguments that that I have with Bitcoin are the reason why I like Bitcoin and
So you heard what he said, that one of the issues that he had, that he didn't buy into Bitcoin when it first started gaining momentum. So this is why most of these big investors and big guys who are in the financial industry are kind of upset about Bitcoin, because they didn't get into it at the very beginning. And this is why most of them are against Bitcoin. But let's hear what else he has to say about his view on Bitcoin.
Bitcoin billionaires by now, because I knew about it early enough in its life cycle that I could have put, even not that much money into it, and assuming I hadn't sold, which is a big assumption. I don't know what I would have done with my Bitcoins, had I bought them back then. But the reason that I didn't think that a Bitcoin was going to be a viable, solution or a form of digital gold, first of all, you say you can transfer value. What you're not transferring is value, it's the perception of value. Because the Bitcoin itself doesn't have any useful value the way gold does. There are things like...
See, now, this is where I disagree with Peter Schiff. He says that Bitcoin doesn't have any useful value as gold does. Over time, gold has been pretty much a store of value type commodity where you will store value in. So if you had, like today, if you have so much amount of money, you will buy so much amount of gold to store that value in gold, which really, if you look at it, Bitcoin is going to be the new store of value for people and their money, because you have to think about it. Gold, it take a lot to move gold. So if you have, just say if you have $1 million and you want to buy $1 million worth of gold, you got to take in consideration that, you know what? You got to actually move that physical gold somewhere, and you got to trust someone to move that gold. Whereas Bitcoin, the easiness that you have putting $1 million in Bitcoin is pretty easy. All you got to do is transfer your funds from whatever money account, that fiat account that you hold, and transfer it digitally over the internet into Bitcoin. This is why I believe Bitcoin is going to be a store of value commodity moving forward in the future. But let's listen to what Peter says about his view on Bitcoin.
I can actually do with gold, even if it's not money. There are actually things that it can be used for. So if you just have a Bitcoin and you're not going to use it to exchange with somebody else, and there's nothing you can do with it by yourself. I can do a lot with my gold that has nothing to do with anybody else. I can use it personally and do stuff with it. I can't do anything with my Bitcoin. Now, the idea of scarcity, right? Oh, Bitcoin is limited to 21 million, and it's scarce, just like gold. Yes, gold is scarce, but it's scarce, but it has properties that are desirable and that no other commodity can replicate. So the scarcity has value there because, only gold is gold.
Okay, guys, he said that, gold has value, has use cases. Bitcoin also have use cases. And my view on Bitcoin, and I'm not sure if you have the same view, is because when Bitcoin hit its cap, it would be a store of value commodity because you only have 21 million Bitcoins that's out there in circulation. So it will be a real use case for a store of value type commodity where you know what, you can move your money into Bitcoin and it will stay there, because once it reached 21 million, whatever the value of Bitcoin, when it reached 21 million, it is probably going to stabilize the value of Bitcoin. Because if you can store your money in Bitcoin and know it's going to be there and know it can hedge against any type of market crash or any kind of down economy, it is going to be a true store of value. The reason gold cannot be a true store of value, because guess what? You're going to have to pay people to move gold from a physical location into another location. So just like I said, if I'm living in New York and I want to buy $1 million worth of gold, and I want that gold to actually physically to be with me, I got to spend so much money to have that gold to be physically with me. Bitcoin, and if things play out like they should play out with this Lightning Network, making Bitcoin faster and making the transaction cost lower, it would be a true store of value. So now, people, listen to what I'm telling you. Buy Bitcoin and store it. Buy Bitcoin and store it. Do what you got to do every month. Buy you a little piece of Bitcoin here, a little piece of Bitcoin here, and store it offline into your wallet. Because I'm telling you, once Bitcoin reach its cap, I don't know when, but once Bitcoin reach that cap, it would be a true store of value that you can put your money into. So I just want to drop that little dime in your ear. If you got time, go and watch this video by the YouTuber Ivan on Tech, where he debates Peter Schiff. They had a pretty good debate, but I think Peter, him dealing in the financial market, kind of got the best of Ivan on Tech. Ivan came back with some good points, but Peter, he did a lot of kind of dodging the question type talk, and he deal with politics, so he understand how to talk and how to control the conversation with different strategies. But my take on Bitcoin is that Bitcoin would be a true store of value commodity. Trust my word on this. This is your boy Crypto Hov. I see y'all. I know all. Peace.